Gentlemen, thank you so much for joining in. A little bit about me, Charles Watkins, defensive coordinator here, slash DB coach. My background originally from Camden, New Jersey. I'm an East Coast guy. The Midwest adopted me. Played my college ball at Duke University. I'm play receiver at Duke, and then I got my first coaching job on the defensive side. I was a DB coach at Coe College for 2 years. Then I spent not last season, the year before that, I was at Rutgers as a GA wide receiver. And then this opportunity presented itself last season. So I've been able to coach on both sides of the ball. If you haven't, I recommend it. Just being a DB coach opened my eyes so much to, if I was to switch back on offense, I have a great idea. But being a receiver definitely helped from a coaching standpoint, technique standpoint, to give great advice to my DBs and telling them why certain receivers are lined up certain ways or why they do a certain release. But I'm at Concordia, Chicago. I got my Twitter handle on there as well as my email. Please reach out if you want to talk ball or just talk life. I'm a big sponge. I want to try to learn as much as I can. We're going to talk about DB play to here and then also cover three. All right, so Concordia, Chicago. We're located in River Forest, Illinois, which is 20 minutes from downtown Chicago. Entering my second season here as the defensive coordinator. I was a linebacker coach last year, transitioned now to the DB coach. We took over a 2-8 program. We finished 5-5 this year. So we had a great year, but that's not where we want to be. We got a great group of guys coming back, and we're excited. If we're fortunate to play football next season, I think we can do some great things. A little bit about the defense we run here. We're a 4-2-5 structure, primarily too high. Pre-snap, I want to give the illusion of it's going to be quarters, cover two. We want to make sure that the offense doesn't know what we're in. We do run multiple versions of cover three, and we'll dive into that, just different ways of how we handle trips, how we handle 2x2, if it's 11 personnel, 10 personnel, and kind of like those sort of things. Just some of the stats, what we were able to do last year here as opposed to 2018. We made huge strides, and those numbers are based on our conference. And I would say probably about 60% we were a cover three team. In our conference, we see a lot of spread. We see a lot of that air raid. So a lot of the teaching that, I was able to tell my guys is what's going to be here on this PowerPoint. All right, so the blueprint here. And like I said, I'm an ACC guy. I'm a Duke. So I'm all about buzzwords. So when we're stepping on that field, if something's not going right, I always tell our guys ACC. And what that means for us is our attitude, competing, and communication. So for attitude, we got to make sure we be positive. We got to want to be the best that you can be. No excuses. We got to find a way. Playing DB is hard as it is. The offense has already got all the advantages. And then, we got to believe in each other. We got to know that the guy behind us is going to go hard, and you're going to go hard for him. And then we also got to believe in the defensive scheme. I'm a firm believer in if you could be a great X and O guy, but if your players don't believe into what you're doing, it's not going to translate. Then competing, guys got to play very hard on every single down. We preach a lot of finish here in our program. Got to be physical, got to be aggressive, got to attack. When I say that is, I tell the DBs, hey, when that ball's in the air, you can become a receiver. I want you to go ahead and attack that. That ball is yours. We got to finish. Know your assignment and play with confidence. In our defense, we do a lot of different checks. So that's where communication comes in. That's where you got to know your assignment. That's where you got to be confident. A lot of guys, when they say compete, they think it just translates to me being better than the next guy. But how can I be better than him? By knowing my assignments and playing with confidence. And then communicating. Can't be afraid to talk. Tell my guys, hey, it's not the library with a lot of different checks, emotions, everything. We got to be on the same page as the whole back end. We got to be able to communicate to each other. And then the linebackers got to be able to communicate to the D-line. So we got to be able to make adjustments on the field. All right, so when I start my meeting with my DBs, I tell them this right here, ask them, right? So when they step on the field, this should be the first thing that runs through their mind. What's my alignment? What's my stance? What are my keys? And then what's my assignment? Yeah, so the biggest thing here with our alignment, this is how we'll line up, right? So we're a 4-2-5. defense here. So I'm a big field and boundary guy. So our hybrid, he'll always line up to the field. If the ball's in the middle, I tell him go to the passing strength or go to the side of the quarterback. So if they come out in 2-by-2, he's a right-hand quarterback. He's going to go to the left side for us. Our strong safety, he always aligned opposite of the hybrid. And pre-snap, he got to be 12 yards deep, 2 yards outside the hash when the ball's in the middle. Now, when the ball's on the hash, he's going to be about four yards outside that hash. Our free safety, same thing. He's going to align with the hybrid, but he's going to be 12 yards deep. Ball's on the opposite hash, he's going to be on the far hash. And then if the ball's in the middle, he's going to be 4 yards outside as well. So pre-snap, we want to make sure everything looks the same. Regardless, we're going to run our cover 4, cover 3, or cover 2. Now, our field corner, depending on where the ball is, the ball's on the far hash. I want him to be 5 yards inside, so on top of the number, 5 yards inside the number. And then when the ball's in the middle, he's 1 yard inside the number. Our boundary corner, ball's in the middle, he's 1 yard inside the number. When the ball's on his hash, now he's 1 yard on the bottom of the number. So that's how we'll look for every coverage. And then as we start, if we're in cover 3, we'll make some adjustments. So I'm a big believer in divider principles. So for the first thing that I tell my guys is we're going to be cover 3. We got to know where we line up and know where our divider is. Because what's the weakness for cover 3? All go. We got to be able to defend all go. So this is right here just showing a demonstration of where he got to be 1 yard. So if we get vertical, he got to favor 2 when it goes vertical and play 1 with air. So that's the biggest thing with our guys lining up. Free safety got to be able to split the 2 eligibles right here. And if it's cover 1, he'll just cheat over a little bit, favor the displace 2. Here we go right here with the ball on the hash, giving you guys a look where he's at, 5 yards inside, 1 yard on the bottom. All right, so this right here is our keys for our program here. So our hybrid, he's taught to read the in-man line of scrimmage to the quarterback. We do a lot of where that quarterback tells us where to go. If it's a quick game or if he's taking a 3 or 5-step drop, he got to be able to translate that. So a lot of his keys, because we add him to the run as well. So if he get a low hat by that tackle, he's coming off the edge, get a high hat, now he got to turn it to his pass key. Same thing for our strong safety as we're rotating down. He got to read the in-man line of scrimmage. Free safety is usually reading that center or the uncovered lineman. Both our field corner and boundary corner now are reading quarterback to receiver. Got to be able to see them out of your peripheral. We'll also press a lot here too. I teach my guys, hey, we got to be able to move on that wide receiver movement. We got to be able to get to our divider once he moves. We got to be able to get him. And then when we're off, we're just reading quarterback steps. If it's a quick set or if it's a 5-step, we got to be able to read what's coming our way. All right, so this is our stance right here, our base stance. So this is day 1, and I'm a big advocate. I'm a player's coach, so if a guy says this is not comfortable, I'll give him a little freedom how to line up. But for day 1, for our guys that come into our program, corner, I want his outside leg up, feet shoulders width apart. He got to have his eyes through the tackle, see the quarterback. Got to be able to see his out of peripheral to the receiver. He got to be in a squat position, chest over knees, knees over toe. For our safety, he has his inside leg up, feet shoulder width apart, squat position, chest over his knees, and knees over toe. All right, so getting into our little cover 3 calls right here. So we got 4 variations of cover 3. Our first one is buzz. Second is cloud strong. Third is cloud weak. And our fourth one is sky coverage. All right, so for buzz, this is our buzz right here. Sorry about that. Our hybrid now, he's going to be apex. He's going to be apex number 2 to the in-man line of scrimmage. All right, depending on if we're blitzing or what his abilities are, tell him ability to line. Biggest thing with him in the past, he got to be able to reroute number 2 if he's vertical or if he goes inside. He got to be able to get a hand on that guy. He's a 2-to-1 player. Our strong safety now, same rules, apex and 2, in-man line of scrimmage. So he'll start high, and as he rotates down, he got to be able to reroute 2 if he's vertical or try to get a hand on him and pass him aside to the wheel. If he goes inside. If it's a tight end, we're looking, hey, that tight end now, we're saying he's attached so the wheel should be able to get a hand on him. We want to sprint straight to 1 and try to match that. If it's a hitch, if it's a slant, we want to take that away. And he's a 2-to-1 player as well in our cover 3. Free safety, he's middle third. Field corner, boundary corner, they're both on their thirds. And depending on where the ball is, this is where I went on our divider right here. Depending on where that is, that's where our landmark would be. If we verse a vertical 2x2 set, he got a favor 2. That's the easier throw. So I teach our guys, hey, that quarterback, if he's going to throw the ball, it's going to go to number 2s. That's the easier one because he could throw a 2 ball in there. Whereas though if one goes vertical, he got to throw a 3 ball, which I tell my guys, hey, you got to be able to head whip, you got to be able to speed turn, get out of there, and play one with air. And that's a lot of things, and I'll get on about our drill too, what we do, how to simulate that, similar to a game. And then if it's verse 3x1, exact same thing. Still got a favor 2, knowing that number 3, the free safety should help him with that. And then our boundary corner, same rules. He'll just be on his divider. So here's a picture of how it will look right here. So pre-snap, we're all high. All right. Post-snap, he snaps. Strong safety's coming down, looking to reroute 2, on his way to 1, matching. Hybrids, reroute 2, on his way to 1. Field corners on his divider, deep third. Free safeties rotate middle third. Boundary corner on his third. All right. So ball's on the hash, the same thing. He'll be getting 5 yards inside the numbers. He's getting to the middle, and now he's 1 yard on the bottom of the numbers. Strong safety's rotating down. And our buzz will be ran by a 2x2 set. That's the biggest thing what we'll do. Because I'll simulate, I'll give our cover 3 in there, and it'll have a 3x1 check to it. So we won't run buzz to a 3x1 set. Awesome. Oh, okay. Here we go. All right. So you'll watch it right here. 2x2 set. Strong safety is going to come down, reroute 2, work his way out to 1. Free safety rotate middle. Field corner now. He's going to get on his divider. Here we go. Reroute. Got to get out there. Great job there. You can see our boundary corner here. Does a good job. Press bell. The offense gives us here a switch release. He does a good job not falling forward, staying out by 1. Strong safety does even a better job of rerouting that new number 2. Does a really good job there getting his hands there. You can see to the field here. He's favoring. You got the same release out there, that switch release. So now he's in position. If they were to try to throw right here a 2 ball, he's in position to make a play. And now if they were to throw a 3 ball to number 1, he could speed turn, play it with air. Our hybrid does a really, really good job right here. With his patience, I would like him to get hands on him. However, he does enough to get in that window to take it away. Great tackle. See it from the back end here. Perfect. All right, so this was against CU Dub here. Strong safety starting to creep down. He sees us quick, so now he pulls his trigger. Got to speed to 1. Corner recognizes a quick screen right now. He's coming down. Now he's got to make a tackle for our guys. Got to be able to make a tackle. They do a better job in this picture right here with our disguise, rotating late. Great job getting hands on number 2. And now our corner does a great job, excellent job now getting on his divider, playing on his divider with 2 going vertical. Really good job getting on his window. See it from the back. Again, here's a look. Strong safeties rotating down on number 2. Corners playing on the divider. Free safeties rotating middle. Great job collision him, making sure he rotate, make sure he goes inside on his release. Now, if he takes that outside, it makes it a lot of stress on that free safety. Put a lot of stress on that free safety there. So that strong safety, as he drop rotating down, you got to make sure you got to get hands on 2, but also reroute him to try where he goes inside, where you got your will help and you got your free safety. Corner's doing a great job when they're dividing there. All right, so our next variation. So when we get a 3x1, we're either going to cloud strong or cloud weak. Depending on, this could be a game plan week, depending on where the offense got their best receiver at. So we face a team that they want to line their best receiver up into the slot. If he's number 2 or number 3, we're going to run our cloud strong. If he got the best receiver to the single receiver side, then we might want to do our cloud weak. So with how we're going to line to it, hybrid is going to be apex to number 2 and 3. He's still got to reroute 2. That's the most important thing you're going to hear a lot. We got to be able to get hands on 2 to slow them down so our safeties can get into their position and they just don't get a free release. Strong safety, he's rotating middle third. Free safety replacing that corner on his outside third. That field corner now, he's flat control. He got to be flat control. He's your number 1. He's matching number 1. And then I tell our guys, hey, we're a big match. So we won't spot drop here. We're going to try to match routes as best as we can. So I never have my flat control just stay in the flat. If one goes vertical, if we get vertical by all 3, then he's going to try to trail 1 and help out that safety. If that makes sense. Boundary corner, now he's going to rotate third. He's going to play on his divider. He got to make sure he let the will know that the will is the flat player now. Here's a picture of it. So I field corner. Right now, he's your flat control. Your hybrid is matching number 2. He's in the curl. Mike is matching 3. Will's matching 1 with the flat. Free safety's rotating outside third. Sean says rotating middle third. Boundary corner got third his side. So this is what we do. If they got number 2's their best receiver or number 3's their best receiver. Because I tell our guys, hey, you will rarely see 5 guys put their best receiver to the field, make him number 1. If you do a study, it shows that throughout the season, it's less than 10% chance that this guy is going to get the ball. He's going to get the ball deep. All right, so here's a clip right here. This team had a really, really good slot receiver. This guy right here. So we wanted to make sure that we collisioned him. We worked on this in practice. We wanted to make sure we reroute this guy. We didn't want him to get the ball at all. So Hybrid does a really good job there. Mike does a good job getting to number 3, the new number 3. All right, so you see the corner here. He's your flat control. He's looking. He's being patient. I tell our guys never chase the cheese. You'll see that. So he's waiting to see. Once that ball is thrown, now he would trigger. When he sees that ball leave, he would trigger. Corner, rotating his outside third, middle third, and now he's belling to his third. That will now got to know, hey, I got to get to the flat, help out. And we'll go curl to flat, and number 1 runs a curl. So that allows our backside corner to play deep third. Awesome there. All right, so this was a 3x1 with a nub tight end. We knew whenever this was number 2, whenever he was the number 3, they loved to run bubble to him. So I geared it up. When we went cloud strong, I wanted to make sure our corners got off the block and our hybrid got off the block. So that way he got help over here. He was rotating if it was bubble and go. See him trigger. Does a great job. See the ball release. Makes you play. Rotating outside, rotating middle. And here's our backside third player right there. All right, so now field corner sees that there's no flat, so he's one running vertical. I still like him to cover a little more, keep sinking, keep sinking. Free safety rotate on his third. Strong safety got the middle. Backside corner does a great job with his press bell. Really good job playing on his divider. Quarterback got nowhere to go with the ball. It's always a beauty when the guys execute. Get it from the back angle right here. He does a good job leaning. Nowhere for that quarterback to throw the ball. All right, so even when we get a 4x1 set, all right, so for me, a 4x1 set is the tailback to the three receiver side. If they swing this guy, we would never chase the cheese. So I tell our guys, hey, from linebacker depth, we won't chase anything under that. We want to rally up to that 3rd and 8 here. So we just want to, if they throw it short, we want to rally and make the tackle. So you'll see our corner. He does a great job rerouting. Stays on number 1. He's right there. Sees the running back come up, make a tackle now. Thing of beauty. Free safety rotating outside third. Strong safety rotating middle. Backside corner rotating on his third. Excellent. So now with this all go, he's there for number 3. He's favoring 2. He's favoring 2. They throw it to 1. He should be able to, with his ability, to be able to play that with air. He's deep third if 1 goes vertical. We got the wheel under him if it's a slant, curl, or hitch. They try to go with the bubble go right here. Guys didn't fall for it. Corner does a good job. He sees the switch release. Great job right there. What are the weak spots in playing cover 3? So the biggest thing is you got to know how the offense is trying to attack you. So each version has a weak spot. So for example, with us, right, with us rotating strong, cloud strong, now you kind of leave this backside. This could be kind of weak. If they try to RPO you, they suck that wheel up, and now you can run that slant behind him, something quick because you got your corner. You're telling him to bell deep third. So I would say that's probably the one weak spot here is you got this guy belling deep third, and if they were to run an RPO, they kind of got this slant right here. And then the answer to that is then you just go cloud weak, and you can have that corner now and help you with that slant. But then you'll be vulnerable with this 3x1 set right here where you got essentially 2 over 3. They throw that bubble out, they got numbers now. And I'll go into that one with the next one, if that makes sense. All right, so that leads right into it. So our cloud weak now. So if teams are putting their best receiver to the single receiver side out of 3x1, if he's all alone, we're going to do cloud weak. It's the same alignment for our guys, for our hybrid. He's going to apex 2 and 3. Now he knows instead of just being a 2 player, he's a 2 to 1. So he's a curl to flat player here because he knows that field corner now has to get on his divider. He got to be on his deep third. Strong safety is going to replace the boundary corner. Boundary corner is going to play flat control. Strong safety replacing him on the third. Free safeties rotate middle third. And now that field corner is going to rotate third, play on his divider. Here's a picture of it right here. So if this is their best receiver, we're going to try to cloud this way. Strong safety replacing that third. Free safety middle third. Field corners getting on his divider. Hybrid here, he's 2 to 1. Mike is matching our 3. Will now, if they get that slant, he's matching that. He's usually your low hold player. Boundary corner is your flat control, taking away any quick game. All right, so this team right here, Lakeland, they had a really, really bona fide receiver right here, and we wanted to make sure that we wanted to take him away. So we rotated our strong safety over here. Strong safety rotated. free safety, rotate middle, and he's deep third. So this is where you're vulnerable at right here. All right, this is the one weak spot of knowing that as he's belling, they can throw this bubble to him, and now he's blocking. They got a hat for the corner. They got a hat for a hybrid. Now he's rotating middle. This guy, there's a lot of space there. There's a lot of space. So what we did to try to combat that, right, so I didn't want to try to lead this guy one-on-one. I just told our hybrid now, hey, if you sense that they're throwing bubble, go ahead and trigger. So this actually helped us out throughout the game. Of course, I'm a big playing chess, so they didn't know if we were going cloud weak or cloud strong. And that's something that you got to get your guys to be comfortable with. There's a lot of different keys that when you're playing any game, how you can tell your guys what coverage you want. You can call me later. I'll tell you. I don't want to give all the information out, but different ways we do it. So I can communicate to our guys and say, hey, we're going to go cloud weak this series or cloud strong the next series.
Hey, Coach, we do have a first question. It kind of ties in what we're seeing right here.
Okay.
How does your alignment change for stacked and or bunch formations?
Absolutely. So so it goes back to like a quarters background. So if we get a bunch set, if we get a true bunch set, so this right here, we call this bunch, but we truly will be bunch. This guy's right here, and he's a little closer. We'll actually have a box check, which is just playing quarters. We'll just go into our box check. With this stack right here, I'm a big believer in why are they stacking? Where are they trying to accomplish from their stack? Well, for this team, they stacked this guy. They were trying to get the ball to the guy behind him, right? This was a tight end. They lined it out there. So all we did was we didn't want to get away from our initial game plan was to stop this receiver. So I just told our guy initially he would be over here at apex. We just told him, hey, line head up, knowing that you're still a 2-to-1 player. But if you sense bubble, go ahead, get off the block, try to defeat and make a play.
Okay, and then a second follow-up question is, and I can't remember if you went over this either, but in terms of pursuit, who do you designate as your force players, and do you match your personnel to those roles?
Awesome. That's a great question. So it depends on our coverage. All right. So if we're in any cover 3, our hybrid, he's going to be our force player. So that's what I mean. If he sees that he's getting a low hat, he's our force player now. Right. He's our essentially. I like to call this the D gap. Right. Some people say C gap, D gap. When you get that space right here, that's kind of like a D gap for me. So he'll be our force player, our D gap player right here. If it was 2x2 now, I'll stay. So with this being 3x1, force player is going to be the corner right here. So in this set, your corner, because we're cloud weak, he's your force player, hybrid your force player. If we were in our buzz, our force player would be our strong safety and our hybrid. So usually to the field is always going to be our hybrid, and to the boundary, depending on coverage, it could be our corner or be our strong safety.
Thank you, Coach.
Absolutely. Great question. Great question. So he does a really good job right here, beating it. Corner doesn't feel comfortable. They gave us this as a sack. I'll take it. But you can see it's almost like you're bracketing that single receiver over here. That's exactly what we wanted to do. There's another picture of it. Same rules. Won't chase the cheese. We'll come up, rally, and make the tackle. And I'm a big believer in you got to know where you're weak at. You got to know your weakness. So when teams are attacking your weakness, you know how to make it a strength. So he bracketed number 1. He's to the flat, third, middle third. He's on his boundary. He's on his divider in the field. And I tell our guys, hey, this right here is a cover sack. We did a great job covering. We did our job. D linemen did their job. It's how everything ties together. And you can see it from this side right here, how he's playing on his divider. He's in the flat, rotating middle. All right, so Sky. So this for me, and you can run Sky at different variations. You can run it to 10 personnel. You can run it to 11 personnel. We see a lot of 11 personnel, trade off. And I found I wanted to get an extra guy into the box. I was able to get my free safety down, but then also they would try to release him and get vertical for that tight end. He's in an alignment now to where as though he can reroute that number 3 being that tight end. So for our hybrid, he's apex in 2 and 3, ability to line. 2 goes vertical, he got to reroute it. Strong safety, rotate in the middle. Free safety, drop it down. Becoming in a flat control in a sense. And our field corner play on his divider, boundary corner play on his divider. Here it is right here. So he's matching 3. Hybrid's going he's going 2 to 1. Free safety, he's going 3 to 2. Mike has 3. Will has 1. Third, middle third. He on his third. So we go right here. Trade off. Tight end's right there. Our free safety is going to drop down. And the biggest thing is, so we won't change his alignment. We'll try to keep him apex. And then as the quarterback's going through the cadence, he'll kind of cheat out because we want to make everything look the same. And he'll just insert right between the mic and the hybrid. Linebackers get caught up. Got to be able to reroute. So as you drop it down, he got to be able to help it. But what they're trying to do is they're trying to get him right in this area, right here in this window, So with our corner favoring 2, our free safety should know, hey, I can favor 3 and help out this way. Quarterback does a really good job of looking our free safety off. This was a good quarterback too. Go Trey right. Backside corner, rotate on his divider. Strong safety, rotate middle. Free safety, insert inside. Great job inserting down. That's what I was saying about trying to get him into the box. Let us help us out. Great job there. So this is just some of the drills that I work. Because I got the whole back end, I got the corners, the safety, and the hybrid. So we'll work. And this is some of the stuff you can do pre-practice, post-practice, or if you got time in your individual. Because I know at some places it varies. Some coaches give you 5 minutes, some give you 10, some give you 15. So the most important thing is try to take advantage of all the time you get. We'll work our corner bell technique. So that's just basically me being a receiver. Once I move, they'll get on their divider. The corner leverage. So I try to make it as hard as I possibly can for that guy. I'll start him 8 yards inside, and that receiver, and it will have we'll service each other. He'll release outside, and as I'm getting on my divider, I want to try to locate him, feel for him, squeeze him to the sideline, which you saw in that one clip. And then a 2-on-1 drill. Now this is a huge one. This is huge. So you'll have a displaced 2, a number 1 receiver, and they'll both run all go. So you got to train him with his eyes and know how to favor number 2. Got to favor number 2 because you just throw a guy out there and just say, hey, run cover 3 and have 2 verticals. He's going to think I got to apex those guys all the way down the field. For us, you got to be able to favor that number 2 because at our level, that quarterback can catch it and throw it right to him. So we want to take that away initially. And then I'll come back, I'll throw that 3 ball so that way he can have confidence knowing that, hey, I can speed turn and make a play on this ball. And then for our safeties, as he's rotating down, he got to be comfortable knowing, hey, when to rotate, when it's a run play, when to rotate, when it's a pass, and how to get my hands on number 2. If it's 10 personnel or if it's 11 personnel, I got to see pass. Hey, I'm going straight to 1. I want to match that player. And that's that sprint to 1. And then your run support with the great question that was asked. I train our guys. I'll be the tackle. If I give them a hi-hat, now they got to transition to their pass key. If I fire off, then now they know, hey, it's a run. I got to be able to work my technique and make the tackle. So, but I'm glad that I was able to get that presentation. I was a little sweating right here, but I knew God got me. So, but I love to open up for questions right now.
What outside of 4 verts, obviously, what else do they try to attack your cover 3 stuff with at your level?
Sprint out. Sprint out is a big one. If they see you're a cover 3, and say, for example, if we were rotating weak, if we were rotating to a single receiver, they'll just go 3 by 1 and try to sprint, sprint with that smash, or hit it with a stick concept, try to catch you that way. So that's where playing chess helps you out at, because now you can go cloud strong and take that away. Well, they'll be spreading into your coverage, your flat players. So sprint out is one. Other like scheme, RPO, they love that cover 3 as well. But I would say, yeah, vertical is a big one. Vertical.
Okay. And then for install purposes, do you try to put all, like, because I know you guys are at a different level, but do you try to put all 4 of those cover 3s in a day, or do you break that up? Like, what does that install schedule for coverage wise look like?
Gotcha. So go back to your first question. Sorry, I just thought about it. Curl flats is another one too. Okay. Curl flats is huge. Teams are really running against us just because we match a lot of routes. But if you see on film, people that spot drop, they tell that curl, hey, find the window. And, teams they'll chase the flat, and then that window open up. But for install, I'm a believer in it's all about how you teach it to your guys. You got to make it make sense in their language. So for me, we'll put all that in day 1. We'll put all of it in day 1. Because I'm a big advocate. If I want our guys to, so I'll show them on the board. That's the first one. So if they're a visual learner. Second, we'll walk through it. So if you're a guy that needs to demonstrate how to do it, then we got, when we get on the field, we're going to do it in Indy. We're going to do it in group. And then we're going to do it in team. So throughout the whole day, they have saw cover 3 variations 5 different ways. So if you're a visual learner, if you're an auto learner, or you got to do it by muscle memory, I'm trying to attack all those ways. But yeah, we're able to. We meet with our guys. I think we get a little more time than a high school level with our guys. That probably helps too. But when I install our cover 3, we're putting everything in.
In your cloud strong and in your cloud weak, what is the technique for your safeties to get to for your free safeties to get through their zone? Are they just belling right away to get to those zones, or are they backpedaling, then belling, or what are you teaching?
Gotcha. Great question. So for me, I tell our guys, and it's just being an offensive minded, and when we're in our cover 3 variation, their guys are taught pass first. So if we're in our cloud strong, cloud weak, you better try to get to your divider. You want to get there, and then as a run, you come up late. So I'll have our linebackers, our Mike and our Will, in our front. Their job should be taking care of the run first, whereas though the guys in the back end, they're taking care of the pass. That makes sense.
Next question is, do you run any cover 1, Coach?
Oh yeah. I'm a big one high guy. And granted, you got to have the guys run it too, right? So I felt comfortable with our players last year. We was able to run some 5-man pressure with cover 1 behind it, playing one rat, playing one hole with our Mike and our Will. Do a lot of different things. One of the best things I found, this is for guys that get a lot of 11 personnel, where they line that tight end kind of could be off. He could be on the line of scrimmage. They'll motion him. One of the things we do is we banjo the tight end with my safety. So we'll be man with our hybrid will be on, if they're in 3 by 1, hybrid will be on number 2, field corners on number 1, boundary corners on number 1. And now the Mike and Will, they'll banjo on the tailback. What I mean by banjoing is if that tailback releases your way, you got him. That opposite backer now, he's going to be your low hole player. And the safeties will do the same thing with that tight end now. So that tight end would go out. The safety would take him, and the safety opposite of him now is your deep middle third player. He's your free player now. So and what this does too, as he's dropped, if they were to run split zone, right? They go split zone now. If that tight end goes across, that strong safety's taking him. Free safety's coming back now. So if they were to try to slip him out, we got a strong safety. They would try to RPO him. So that's one things we did with that I liked. That was unique. But yeah, I'm a big cover one guy. We'll press, we'll play off. I'm a believer in you got to make everything look the same pre-snap. So that's what help us out a lot. Where teams don't know if we're in man, if we're in quarters, or if we're in cover 3 or cover 2. That's one of the biggest things that I see as I'm watching film now. Is that's what the NFL is notorious from. I had a chance to watch the Ravens season, and it was times where I thought they were in cover 2 and they were in man. So they do a great job disguising. And I even dedicated a whole period to that here. So throughout our practice, I'm a believer in whatever you want to see on the field. So if you want to be great at third down, if you want to be great at disguising, you got to dedicate a period to it. So this spring ball, it got canceled, but that was something I was going to implement here, was dedicated, 5 to 10 minutes of just working on disguising.
Okay, great, Coach. I'm gonna jump around questions a little bit because this one kind of ties in what we just talked about. Okay. Do you ever adjust out of your too high shell and actually look one high in your cover 3 if you're playing like a run heavy team or somebody that's very balanced on both sides? And then if so, how do you call that?
Gotcha. So are you meaning like show cover 3, but then rotate to cover 2?
Oh no, like because you're normally in your too high structure and rotating post snap. Do you ever just rotate pre snap to kind of against a very run oriented team or a team that's very balanced?
Yeah. For example, we played a team Eureka. They were a 21 personnel team, and they were lined up tight end, fullback, same side, and they were going to run it, toss, dive, counter. So yeah, Now that week, our game plan was, hey, we just want to go ahead and get a line to it. There was no reason to show our too high. We knew what they were going to do. They knew what we were going to do. Now we just got to execute and play ball. For teams that are probably more balanced, your 10 personnel, guys that just go spread, that's where that illusion helps you out at. But if teams are run heavy, yeah, I'm a believer. You got to go ahead and get in it.
Okay, do you call that anything different, or is that just a game plan? They know the lineup that week.
It's a game plan. They know the lineup that week.
Okay.
Now, when we go, now there's some stuff like you can tag different things. So if we want to run a certain blitz a certain way, I can just put a tag on it, and that tag will tell the guys how to line up. So the responsibility is still the same, but that tag tells them how we're going to line up to it.
Okay. In terms of practice, how often, if ever, would you have your safeties practice with your linebackers in terms of playing box, run fits? How often do you guys work? Do you have a period where your safeties and linebackers work on that together?
Oh, absolutely. So our O-line coach probably hates me. When we go inside run, I got my safeties down there for sure. Oh, yeah. I'll have my safety. If we're facing a team that I got to insert my safeties in the run game, you better believe they're not doing one-on-one that week. They're going inside run the whole time. So, yeah, I'm a big advocate for having whatever their game plan is. You got to put your player in position to have success that week.
What does your actual practice schedule look like on any given, just a general one? I know it'll vary week by week, but just in general, what does that kind of look like for you guys? Do you guys how much indie time? What do your periods look like, etc.?
All right, so here's 1 week right here. We can dive right into it. So for us, all right. So for us, and everybody's different, right? So our coach likes to start practice at 3, and we're done. We're out of there by I say 5, really 5:30, depending on. And this right here was fall camp, so it's a little different to when school starts. So we'll spend probably the first 10 to 20 minutes of just our formation rec. So where we're going to see that week, we got to be able to make our calls and our checks. Pass rush school. So this is what I'm a big advocate. We got to know how to teach our guys how to rush the passer. So just giving them different tools. You got to be able to have a lot of tools in your tool belt. So our linemen, D-linemen, linebackers, DBs, they're all going to work pass rush school. Because if I'm blitzing you, you got to know how if that running back steps up, you got to be able to shed that block and make a play. So then we'll do takeaway. I'm a big circuit guy. If we're doing a takeaway circuit, or if we're doing a tackle circuit, all right, and that's all kind of considered pre-practice right there for us. So in pre-practice, we're doing formation, pass rush school, takeaway circuit. And then we'll do warm-up. We'll do start fast. So for us, start fast is coach just wants to get everybody going. Just let them know, hey, practice start and let's go. So first 5 minutes, we'll do pursuit drill. Then the next 5, we'll do another circuit, and that'll be our tackle circuit for that day. Then we'll do Indy. Coach gave us a lot of time for Indy. We did 20 minutes of Indy. So I was able to slow it down for our guys, teach them the fundamentals. Then we did 15 minutes of group. So D linemen stayed by themselves, and then linebackers, hybrids, and safeties all came together, and we worked our group Indy that way. Then we had team run, inside run. So the D linemen and linebackers came together against the offense. And then this particular day, we didn't want to do one-on-ones. So we just worked on our press bell, our cover 3, our roll, match, and 1 with the DBs. Then we had 15 minutes of special forces. D lineman, next period, D lineman did one-on-one with the O-line. And then we had 7-on-7, which we call Skelly here. So we had 10 minutes of that. Then we had 20 minutes of team. Came together, good on good, 1s and 2s. And then we're out of there stretching for 10 minutes, if that.
There you go. How do you teach a smash concept in cover 3 with curl flat defender and deep third defender, especially hitched by 1 and seam by 2?
All right, let me make sure I'm a visual learner.
You're good, coach.
All right, so can everybody get the whiteboard? Everybody see the whiteboard?
Yes, sir.
All right. So for us, right, so for our 2x2, we're automatically getting to our buzz. We're getting to our buzz. So let's say that this right here is, no, because they would probably run, they run that corner to the field. I'm trying to think like an OC. All right, so this is the field right here. So this will be our hybrid. All right, this will be our corner, free safety, strong safety. All right, corner. So remember, let me get rid of that strong safety, help them out. All right, so strong safety's here, corner's here. All right, so strong safety's rotating down. He got to reroute 2, get on his way to 1. So as he's rotating down, he's going to collision and slow this down and go sprint out to that smash. All right, so you got to be able to live with something, right? I don't want to give up 6. We got to give up 3 to 4 yards. We're going to do that. So we want to reroute and go ahead and get to that hitch. Now the corner's getting on his divider. So by his rules, he should be in position now to favor 2 on that seam. All right. Free safety's rotating middle. Hybrid now. Hybrid, remember, and this is where his teaching, I can slow it down too from the hybrid point of view. So his rules, he's a 2-to-1 player. 2-to-1. All right. 2-to-1 player. As 2's running vertical, he's carrying 2. Right? Carrying 2. So hands on 2, eyes on 1. Hands on 2, eyes on 1. Because this is so 1 goes vertical, he would just carry 2 and level off at 12 yards. Well, now 1 runs a hitch. So he wants to carry 2. Once he sees that hitch, he's getting off of 2, going to the hitch now. By that, your corner's already in his third. So that corner route, in theory, is already running to his area. So I actually like this concept to our cover 3. That makes sense.
Coach, do you ever find that your hybrid and strong safety are getting to the hitch late to where that hitch is now being caught and there's a possibility of yak because he's getting there late?
Absolutely. And that's where I say an indie drill, are you working it? You got to have your drills be realistic. So for us, if I'm with the hybrid, you could do this in pre-practice. You could just have 2 guys be your 1 and 2 and have your hybrid, hey, Hands on two, eyes on one. Once you see one, break it off. I gotta go. I gotta go. Repetition. This is another reason why I like matching routes, right? Because if we didn't match routes, we'll just spot drop. Now I have hitch all day.
All right. Our next question is too high when rolling to cover three. Free safeties often have a tough time opening up and still be able to run alley support to both sides. What drills do you do to help with alley support for your middle third player? Also, at what point on pass do you tell them to square up and pedal or pedal weave based on quarterback shoulders?
Gotcha. Yeah, absolutely. So that's the first thing. Look, so I'll address the second one just because I understand that one. I want to make sure I understand the first one too. I'll draw that one up. For the second one now, and this is where it comes in that Indy drill where he's reading me. I'll be the quarterback. As he's rotating middle, he really having his eye on the quarterback, but also out of peripheral, he got to see the two inside eligibles. So if those two guys are vertical, he's still backpedaling. Once he see those two guys break off, right? If he see one break off, then now he can start to slow and slow pedal now or play flat-footed, knowing that, hey, it's either quick game or sudden intermediate. There's nothing deep. And from that is all about the quarterback's drop, which is different. Sometimes it varies from teams. It varies from quarterbacks. So when I break down, I'm looking at the quarterback. If the backup, how they teach it, because quick game, he's turning his shoulders right now. He's looking to get rid of it. If he catches it in a shotgun and take 1 and 2, that might be maybe a 5-step, old school 5-step drop. So just having that guy know that awareness of, hey, he turns his shoulder, no need for you to keep backpedaling. He catches it 1, 2. Now you want to see where your two eligibles at. Are they vertical? Are they running digs or slants or anything quick or intermediate? You kind of can level off. And then for the alley player, and we're saying 2x2 again.
Just how do you rep that in practice? How do you develop that middle third player as a good alley defender?
Oh, God. So now I addressed that with the tackle circuit. So for me, that goes in the category of open field tackle. So there's close quarters and open field. So when we work on our circuit tackle, we got to do open field. And that's just a simple drill that I got when I was at Rutgers here. It's just an open field. So we'll have a guy, it'll be a cone here, cone here, cone here, cone here, right? And then now you'll have, just say DB here, receiver here. And these cones are probably about 15, depending on if you want 15 to 10 yards apart. So with this guy, he doesn't know which way he's going. He can go this way, he can go this way, but he got to come around. Same way for the DB. So you're working all different areas. All different angles, different variations. He come across, and now it's open field now, right? And then now it goes to however you teach your guy. We teach our guy near shoulder, near knee. Got to be able, and depending on if you can be able, I'm a big cougar roll guy. Here we got to get our head across, be able to roll tackle. If we can't do that, then we got to do a profile. But this is a drill right here that kind of simulate making a tackle running that alley without actually running that far of a distance.
Okay.
Coach, you said your corners, they're looking like they're quarterback and then peripheral looking at 2, correct?
Yes.
And that's anything. That's not if you're just bringing like pressure and like a fire zone. That's everything. Do you ever get caught, looking like the quarterback looks like he's throwing the hitch now and you jump it? Like, what are you teaching him if he sees it looks like the ball's coming out in 3 steps?
Gotcha. So absolutely. So this is a really, really good tough one here, right? Biggest thing for us is seeing what that quarterback does. So of course we want to be aggressive, right? You got to know how that quarterback, what's his motion, because most guys, their pump fake is different to when they actually release the ball. So if you always see, and I challenge all our guys here, when you watch a team, when you watch a cutout, watch how they throw the bubble and then watch how they do the bubble go. Every time they throw the bubble, the shoulders are always facing that way, ready to go. When they pump fake, the shoulders, they aren't turned. They're still square. And what he'll do, he'll try to show the ball. So I tell our guys, anytime a quarterback's going to show you, it's a fake. So that's one way I teach our guys. It's just some of those nuances. Now, if we get a real good quarterback where he turns his shoulders and fake it and then get us, well, he got us that one. We got to try to rally, secure the tackle, play the next play. but for the most part, teaching your guys how to understand what that quarterback is trying to manipulate you.